Welcome back to the channel and welcome to the bridge of my Caterpillar. Now if you're an RSI subscriber, the Caterpillar is this month's free ship to fly. Coming up in this episode, highlights from around the verse with Sandy Gardner and Eric Kieran Davis, featuring the Austin studio update with Jake Ross. Also, there was lots of information in around the verse on Item System 2.0, and also this week's happy hour featured a special discussion on Item System 2.0. But first, let's go to the highlights from the Austin studio update with Jake Ross. Now, as always with the studio update from the Austin studio, Jake told us that they're working on a lot of technical work because, well, they do a lot of networking work and also work on subsumption. And in particular, they're doing a lot of work for 3.0 involving the mission giver system and also something called nav beacons. Working on systems called state machines, and we've got a glimpse of some of these flow diagrams they're using for the AI behaviours. Obviously they've got to chart out all the responses you can have with the AI, and this is the nav beacon system I was talking about earlier. Now basically you're going to be able to use nav beacons to form your own sort of highways across the Stanton system and also on planets. So you'll be able to carry a nav beacon, place it, and then obviously travel to where you've placed it. But also other players will be able to hack your beacon, maybe destroy it, or also sell it to pirates. Not sure how it's all going to work, but obviously this is something in development and will progress over time, so it does make for some very interesting gameplay. Here's the Miles Eckhart state machine, and basically this charts all your interactions with Miles Eckhart. Now to actually unlock Miles Eckhart in 3.0, you're going to have to do other missions to gain reputation with him, so then he'll be able to give you all the missions available. Now I always like the look of Miles Eckhart, especially his haircut. PU game director Tony Zurovic has been very busy working on subsumption. He's been working on the AI missions for 3.0 and working on subsumption linking in to the back-end services. Josh Coons has been working on the LODs for the Drake Cutlass Black, and they're very time consuming to do, Jake told us, because they have to do them all by hand. Continuing to work on the animations and systems for cargo, and Jake told us that from a crouching position you can lift cargo containers of 25 and 50 centimeters up to a height of 170 centimeters, and while standing you can do cargo crates of 25, 50 and 75 centimeters and stack them on a shelf at 175 centimeters in height. Also, you're able to collect cargo in 0G and take it back to your ship and put it there. Also, they've done some more pickup mocap shoots, and they took advantage of having Steve Bender in the studio. Now, I'm not sure if Steve brought his banana, but I'm sure he had it at hand. Also, Sandy Gardner done some female mocap pickup animation, and also Brian Buer took part as well. Now Jake told us they're continuing to work on the cockpits, and they're working on something called GeForce Blend Space Poses, and they're having to work in conjunction with the Foundry 42 UK ship team on design of these, and it's all to do with button presses in the cockpit. Now the QA team are working on some rather unusual bugs which we can see here, and they're catching them before they get into the hands of the programming team. They're also working on how things behave in 3.0. We can see a buggy being ejected from a caterpillar here, and also working on how the ships interact again with the surfaces of the moons. So they're testing some weapons, and we got a glimpse here, I think, of the railgun. I'm eager to use that one. They're also continuing to work on the stamina system, which we'll see the beginnings of in 3.0. Now, as always, that was a very interesting update from the Austin studio, where they're doing a lot of work on subsumption and also the behind the scenes networking infrastructure diffusion. Now, it was also good to see Sandy Gardner and Steve Bender do some more motion capture work. Not sure why I've got this banana. This week's Around the Verse also featured an extensive segment on Item System 2.0. Now, Item System 2.0 will enable the whole game to function on an entirely different level. Now, at the moment, you can't interact very well with anything in your ships, and as we know, Star Citizen will feature, especially in the multi-crew ships, lots of interactions with different components, power plants, coolers, and engineering stations, turrets. And this does apply also to single player ships, where you'll have lots of instruments to interact with. But in a multi-crew ship, you could be, say, asked to repair a specific part of the ship, and Item System 2.0 will eventually enable you to swap out components like power generators, coolers, and you'll be able to do that and function on a multi-crew ship. Now, obviously, if you want more information on this, you're best to watch the segment in Around the Verse yourself. But also, I do highly recommend the special happy hour discussion. Now, this week's happy hour featured a discussion on Item System 2.0. And Gerard Huckleberry was joined by Bug Smasher Mark Abent, Kirk Tomei, and Chad McKinney. And they answered questions from the Twitch stream and also from Spectrum. Now, I especially recommend watching Mark Abent's explanation on what is Item System 2.0. He certainly knows his stuff. There was a lot of questions put to the panel. One was about locking ships. Now, that will come, but not first of all in 3.0. They've got to work on some security systems to go hand in hand with the locking of ship systems, which Item System 2.0 will allow. Now, Item System 2.0 also goes hand in hand with the room system. Now, this system especially works with the airlock and atmosphere systems, where it will allow atmospheres to flow through ships and airlocks, and obviously atmospheres will change. And also it does go hand in hand with the stamina system as well, where different levels of oxygen in your blood will affect your performance. Now, in fact, there was one question put to the panel on whether different gases like helium could be put into the atmosphere of a ship, and well, they've got no plans at the moment, but they didn't rule out that helium could well make its way into the atmosphere in your ship. Helium in the atmosphere could make people sound
quite ridiculous, like me. Always.
Well, thank you very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed the episode. Please don't forget to like, and also it will help the channel a lot if you'd like to subscribe. So until next time, wherever you're watching, out in that big universe, you take care. And hopefully I'll see you all sometime soon. Bye for now.